Okay, hello, it's week 8 in the Premier League, and these matches were played from October the 14th to the 16th last weekend. So with the international break firmly behind us, it was back to our cherished Premier League. And to start things off, the clash of the round, rivalry resumed between Liverpool and Manchester United. No Fellaini, injured on international duty, and Rashford and Mata on the bench for the Red Devils, and the Scousers without Mane still nursing a hamstring injury. Before things got started, Kenny Dalglish was warmly applauded by all and sundry, including Ferguson, when a stand was renamed after him, the Kenny Dalglish stand. A busy first 10 minutes promised well, with Liverpool having the most possession and Herrera keeping a firm grip on Coutinho. Van Alden had a shot comfortably saved by De Gea. Salah looked sharp, and a dangerous cross failed to make contact with anyone as Liverpool pressed. On the half hour, a rare half chance for United, when Matic hit a shot from outside the box which just veered wide and high. A great save from De Gea then denied Liverpool, and another half chance by Lukaku, saved by Mignolet, took us to the break. To the second half, which saw Liverpool still looking more urgent, but the longer it went on, the more it looked like Mourinho had settled for the point. Substitutions by both coaches failed to create any opportunities, and it crawled to an inevitable 0-0. Huge disappointment for the 50,000 sellout crowd. So to the Etihad, and Stoke looking to be defensively tight and hit City on the break. True, it was tight for 15 minutes or so, but by the 27th minute it was 3-0. First De Bruyne cuts open the defence, and Jesus on the end of it. Then from the kick-off, City from their own box sweep forward, swift interchange of passing, and Sterling unmarked, 2-0, Stoke chasing shadows. A third from Silva from another sublime pass, cut back by Sane. We sensed a massacre, but Stoke were having nothing of it. A deflected goal just before half-time, and another bit of luck just after, and it was 3-2, game on. This audacious reply by Stoke must have done something to De Bruyne, because he carved up Stoke's defence with crossfield passes that laid it on a plate for first Jesus and later Sane. In between, Fernandinho hit a bullet from 30 yards. And to wrap it all up, a seventh arrived from the other, Silva, after good work from Sane. Full time, City 7, Stoke 2. Crystal Palace without a point and without a goal, and at home to champions Chelsea. Well, Palace with Zaha back and Townsend playing like the guy who shined for England a few seasons back, took the game to Chelsea, and Kabay opened the scoring after 10 minutes with a lucky deflection. But they deserved it, and although Chelsea replied quickly, Zaha restored Palace's advantage just before the break. The second half was entertaining, but Chelsea lacked a killer edge. Montero out with a hamstring injury was missed, and Roy Hodgson had his first win under Palace. Amazing game football. So to Vicarage Road with Arsenal the visitors, and they started strongly and deservedly took the lead when Mertesacker headed in from a corner on 39 minutes, and they should have added to this in the second half, but the chances came and went, with Gomez being big in goal, and Watford started to get more possession, so their confidence improved. and then a foolish challenge on Richarlison by Bellerin, and Deeney calmly rolled in the spot kick. You could see Watford start to believe, and the Gunners started to panic, and inevitable chaos in the box, and cleverly converted in stoppage time, leaving Wenger to wonder what happened. So to the Liberty, two teams struggling for form and goals. Abraham up front for the Swans, and he looked sharp. Ince missed a half chance for Huddersfield, but it was Abraham in the box to convert a pass from the left after the Huddersfield goalie had made a mess of a clearance. And Abraham was at it again, getting the final touch to make it 2-0 after fine work by Ayew. Game over. Huddersfield offered little. So to Wembley, Spurs, and was today the day to throw off that jinx? On the basis of the first half, definitely no. Bournemouth looking bright, and Lloris pulled off a great save to deny Murray. So to the second half, and 2 minutes in, following a little good fortune, Eriksson converted from the edge of the box with his sweet left foot. Defoe was thrown on by Howe, and he had an early chance which stung Lloris's hands, but Spurs hung on to register their first win at home in the EPL at Wembley. Whoopee! At Turf Moor, Burnley were entertaining West Ham with Carroll up front for the Hammers. An early chance for Wood was easily dealt with by Hart, and then Antonio, following a long punt upfield by Hart, rounded the goalie, and our Hammers were 1-up. West Ham took control, but astonishingly, Carroll poleaxed two Burnley defenders in 5 minutes with a high elbow, and he was having an early bath. That meant Village's men had to survive an hour with 10 men, and they nearly did it until that man Wood again popped up with a header with 5 minutes left, so it ended 1 each. Sunday's matches started at the Amex. Could Everton lift themselves out of their slumber and halt Brighton's recent 2 wins at home? The first half was poor, Brighton just edging it, but Brighton's resolute approach was rewarded when Knockaert opened the scoring. Everton survived a scare when Pickford prevented Brighton's second, and things looked like heading for another Everton defeat. But foolish indiscipline by Brighton led to a penalty, and Rooney coolly converted to snatch the draw. At St Mary's, Southampton had Newcastle to contend with. It was an entertaining clash, even though both were suffering from a goal drought. It ended 2-2 with a brace from Gabbiadini and Hayden and Perez for the Magpies. Shelby again was orchestrating things for Newcastle, and given England's inept midfield, might be worth a gamble next summer in Russia. So to Monday's game, the Baggies went to the King Power. It wasn't a classic, opportunities were few and far between, but Leicester had the best of the first half. However, Albion went ahead from a free kick just outside the box, just past the hour mark. But Mahrez popped up with the first goal of the season with 7 minutes left. So it ended 1-1. So, summary. City are now ahead by 2 points. Watford are up to 5th. The bottom 3 are the same, but Palace are within a point of Bournemouth. Goal of the week? Well, it's got to be City second. A thing of beauty, with Sterling tapping it in from a few yards. See you next week.